39 Serpent Power, coming out tomorrow, June 21st on RIFFLORD. I'm gonna give you the QRD, quick rundown, that I think everybody, regardless of how much of a music enthusiast you may or may not be, can understand. I'll do that, but first I'll tell you the two types of people this album's for, then the kind it's surprisingly not for. One, the very obvious long-haired, mustache-wearing, creepshow-looking worshiper of all things Ozzy Sabbath and every blessed offshoot spawned from that influence. Those are the types of fine individuals who always get the same description thrown at them. Yeah, they partied so hard one night in 74, woke up in 24 looking exactly the same, that type of thing. But that's not a surprise, because that's the school RIFFLORD come from, so if you already like all the usual suspects of the new school, Buzz Oven, Acid King, Weed Eater, Obsessed even, just to throw a few out there, well, there you go. But stay with me if that's not you though, because, and next, it's also without question for the more scary looking heavy metal holic of the 80s, you know, who's all about early Slayer and Hyrax and Cryptic Slaughter and Laz Rocket and Morbid Saint. Because I have found that a lot of thrashers that wear it on their sleeve, very specifically those that are all about thrash over mostly everything else, for example death metal, also simultaneously love Doom, the Sabbath and Vitus influenced kind, and Witchfinder General, etc. And who else is always usually included in that mix? MOTORHEAD, man, but I'll get to that in a second. And now finally, perhaps to the comfort of some of you real badasses out there, sometimes you're called gatekeepers, in my opinion, and to my great surprise, because I anticipated having to say something much different about this album, this is not for the normie out there. I was positive after hearing certain songs off RIFFLORD's last album, 7 Cremation, Ground, and Meditation, that is fucking awesome by the way, that this one was gonna suddenly be very commercially accessible, which I don't think is a bad thing, because if a band's still playing their signature sound, then what the hell's wrong with that? But Serpent Power is absolutely not like that, man. It retains every bit of integrity and trueness that does not betray the underground at fucking all. You press play on this album, track 1, Serpent Power, and as soon as the actual guitars start, all of that's on display immediately, with these really strong MOTORHEAD vibes in terms of pace. But riff-wise, there is a reason why these people call themselves RIFFLORD. One can only conclude it's because that's what you're gonna get. Whether the beat behind it's fast or slow, you're gonna get stuff that's discernible and not just some grindy, sludgy shit. So here are 3 major clip notes that if you're new to RIFFLORD or if you've been a fan for a while, will explain why this album's exceptionally awesome. Number 1, the riffs are awesome, yes, obviously, and they better damn well be with a name like RIFFLORD. Catchy, infectious, memorable, all that. But on 39, it's no different from their other releases. They clearly understand what makes a good song. It's that whole thing about tension and release and variation. The same way Iommi's always done it. Think Supernaut, that main intro riff, and then into the verse with a totally bright contrast that just gives it life and fullness without being stupid. 2, the production this time around is something totally original for a doom or a stoner band. Like instead of it being overly muddy and lo-fi, which I happen to love, maybe some of you do too, but on 39 it's this really cool, weird kind of thing that's only merely reminiscent of that. But not at all polished, man, no sir. It might be something they spent a lot of time on trying to create till they themselves were happy and spiritually fulfilled by and very proud of creatively. And dude, I'm gonna say something controversial, but I'll stand by it. The sound on this album is the one that Ruben should have been going for on Manic and the self-titled Trouble and the first Danzig, even though I love all 3 of those, and even 13, man, 13 Black Sabbath. So this whole thing about the production just makes it for an extremely interesting and fun listen that's really just the icing to the listening experience itself, on top of what's most important, good songs, of course. And 3, which with everything already said doesn't seem like a big surprise, but the songs don't drag on like what happens very often with doom bands. Nothing wrong with that at all. Like think Sleep for a biggie for, you know, to get a feeling for what I'm talking about. But these are songs, not jams, similar to how Leatherlung does it most of the time. How about that? Leatherlung, man. Leatherlung and RIFFLORD, 2 bands that absolutely stunned me a couple years ago at Psycho. You heard that new Leatherlung yet? Graveside Grin? It's fucking awesome, man. And their singer, Mike, one of the days he was wearing a Grim Reaper shirt just like I am. Rest in peace, Steve Grimmett. Rest in peace, Psycho Las Vegas. I hope not, man. Holy shit, do I hope not. I hope you come back in 25 and have RIFFLORD and Lung just like you did in 22. And put it back in Mandalay Bay. So yeah, dude, some of my favorite songs off 39 Serpent Power are the first one, the title track, and Om Ripper right after it. And Blessed Life is like, dude, that singer Wyatt, if he wrote the lyrics, he may just indeed be talking about having a blessed life. Something you maybe don't hear much of in Doom. Church Keys, very epic, and then Tumbleweed, the last song, really pounds you too. You'll see what I mean when you hear it, but good luck getting past that title track, because it's one you want to play over and over, so fucking A, dude. But alright, man, there you go. Fantastic work, men and women of RIFFLORD. I frickin' love you guys. Other than that, though, maniacs, I am done. So if you did like this video, cool. Maybe you can give it a thumbs up. Or if you just like hearing somebody bullshit about heavy metal, then RIFFLORD your ass right into that subscribe button. And we'll see you next time on Concrete Spew. But until then, stay wild, my friends.